Hey there everyone, and welcome to Bill's Retro Gaming Show. On today's video we are going to be taking a look at some recent potential leaks for some upcoming games from Arcade1up, one being a re-release of a classic and one being a new game with a crazy price. Let's take a look at it right after this. Alright, thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. If this is your first time on the channel, be sure to hit that subscription button. Click the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I put up a new video. Give this one a thumbs up and leave a comment below if you want to be part of the conversation. So, like I said at the intro, I just wanted to touch on a couple of things that have shown up recently, and both of these are based on leaks and rumors that we've gotten from Arcade1up fairly recently, but maybe a little bit more concrete evidence of some things actually happening, maybe happening soon. And the first one I want to touch on is a re-release of an older Arcade1up game that, like I said, has been rumored for a couple of months now, and it looks like we might be getting some concrete evidence that it's actually happening. So big shout out to a couple of people. First, I want to shout out Gotham City Arcade, who sent me a message on Instagram and linked to a picture from a Facebook group. And in that Facebook group was a message from a guy named Ken Harrison. Now, I'm going to show you Ken Harrison's post here real quick, and here it is. So as you can see here, what we are looking at is a place card for the Arcade1up Star Wars arcade cabinet. Now, this machine was obviously released a couple of years ago from Arcade1up. It has been out of stock for well over a year now, I believe. But the rumors have been that they were planning on re-releasing it. Now, this is a Best Buy in Ontario, Canada, and Ken says that it's listed there for $650 Canadian. Now, that would translate to about $480 US. As you can see, I've kind of blown up the picture here so we can get a good look. If you look really close, the picture that they're using appears to be the exact same skin of the original Star Wars arcade. It doesn't look like they've reskinned it to Empire or Jedi or any of the other two games on the cabinet. There's no coin door. It says it's the three games in one, light up marquee and a matching riser. So basically it's exactly what it appears to be, a re-release of the exact same Star Wars cabinet. Like I said, this happens to be a Best Buy in Ontario, Canada. I haven't really seen anybody in the US show one yet. If you go on to like Best Buy's website, there's no listing, not even a placeholder for Star Wars. So not really sure, exactly what the deal is. Was this something that they just put out accidentally? Is it going to be Canadian only, which I highly doubt? Will we get more info as we get closer to the new year? Not 100% sure, of course, but I just wanted to throw this out there for you guys to see and get your opinion. What do you think? What do you think of Arcade1up re-releasing Star Wars? Now, for me, I'd be happy to see that because I didn't get it the first time around. I was not into them and collecting them when it first came out, and by the time I was, they were long gone and they were selling on Marketplace and eBay for $800, $1,000 if you wanted to get one. So and again, I know I've seen a lot of people talking about this, and the post had originally said $650, but some people are not realizing that this is in Canada, so that is $650 Canadian, which, like I said, translates to at this point right now translates to about $480 US. So my guess is we would see it at $500. Now, that's not an awful price for this. I think it's a little bit more. I think the original was like $400 or $450. Not 100%. Somebody can certainly correct me in the comments what the originally retailed for. I'm not talking about, crazy Walmart sales that dropped it at $50 before it was done. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what was the original retail price when Star Wars first released? And I'm thinking it was probably close to $500. Somewhere between 4 and 5. So again, yeah, I don't think 500 is necessarily outrageous for them to re-release the Star Wars cab. So guys, let me know what you think. Are you excited that they're going to re-release it? Are you looking forward to more info? If I find out anything more, if I see anything at a local Best Buy or see anybody else post, I'll put more info out there. But there you go. That's the first piece, is that it looks like we're getting a little bit more concrete evidence that maybe Star Wars is actually getting a re-release. All right, so moving on to the second piece, and this is about another game that was leaked way back at the beginning of the year when the GameFly leaks first came out, and this is Time Crisis. All right, so I know many of you have seen this picture before. This got leaked a month or so ago, and this was a picture of the supposed Time Crisis cabinet from Arcade1up. Initially, this was all the information we got, was this picture. And like I said, going back to the GameFly leaks, that said this was originally supposed to release in October. Now, we know that that has obviously slipped. It did not release. It does not look like it's releasing this year, obviously, being the end of the year. Hopefully, we will get more concrete evidence at this next month at CES if it's close to coming out. But here's the new info that we've gotten regarding this. And this is a retailer that I will admit I don't know a lot about. This is Adorama. You know, definitely looks to be a legit website. This is not one of those funky, you know, fake sells Arcade1up websites. They actually sell quite a bit of different things from here. But they have this listed at $799.99, or let's just say at $800. This is listed on their site at $800. No picture, no dates on it, just temporarily on back order. Apparently there is a manufacturer code here for it, so there's that. But, you know, other than that, I guess the big news here is this price of $800, and a lot of people seem to be shocked by this price. And I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not shocked by it. I'm more disappointed. The reason I say I'm not shocked but more disappointed is, again, going back to those GameFly leaks from earlier in the year. It was on GameFly's site at that price, $800. So it's not a surprise to see it at $800. We kind of knew that that might be the price on it way back when. What's disappointing is the fact that that's true, that it is $800. It seems like a high amount for this particular cab, at least until we know more information. Now, you go back, the last shooter cab that they released was T2. Now, T2 retailed originally for $700, so $100 less than this. Now, it only came with one game, and I'm making a video, which nobody really cares about, but it really only came with the one game. This is supposedly going to come with a few different games. There have been some rumors on Point Blank and a few other games possibly being on it. It's got that pedal to go along with the guns. So, you know, there is a little bit more to this. But I don't know if there's enough to justify a $100 price increase to $800. Not unless this actually turns out to be an Excel with a bigger monitor on it. And, you know, the pictures don't necessarily make it obvious. Now, there's no riser on it, which leans towards Excel. It does look pretty tall, but that may just be because it's in almost a big blue form factor with the way that that marquee is. And it's really hard to tell exactly how big the monitor is, but you know, people who are better at figuring this stuff out than I am have speculated that it's still a 17-inch monitor on it. So I don't know. I don't know what justifies the extra $100 until we see more info on it. Again, I'm hoping for more at CES on this particular one, but I got to be honest, if the price is $800, I may wait and see what happens throughout the year. I mean, T2, you can get T2 now for $300 when it originally was $700. This is a machine that I might wait for it to come down in price before I actually pull the trigger on it.
Oh, okay. I see what you did there.
But that's just me personally. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think of an $800 price tag on Time Crisis? You know, for me, like I said, there's got to be more to it. There's got to be more to it to justify that price. And I'd be really curious to know what that is. All right, but that's going to do it. Don't want to make a super long video here. Just wanted to put these couple of things out. We've got Star Wars showing up at certain Best Buys in Canada. At least a card placeholder. You can't actually, doesn't seem like you can actually get it like it's physically available, but there is a card placeholder for it. And now we've got this website, this Adorama, with a placeholder on their website for Time Crisis at a price of $800. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and that is going to do it for this video. I will see you guys on the next one. Hope you have a great day.